everybody, welcome. I hope you're all okay. Thank you for joining me again. I showed at the end of the last video that I'm set up to do a set of nails on myself, and the last video was a kit from Azurebeauty, which has got everything in that you need to do lovely sets of nails. You might think it's a bit expensive buying these big boxes, but I've got to be honest with you, you'll get at least 100 nails out of it. It's far cheaper than going and having them done, and it's easy peasy. So I'm going to show you. So you do all your normal prep. I've already done this. I've pushed the cuticles back. I've got off any debris that's on the nail, any cuticle that's dead on there, giving them a little file down. And then you can either use stick-on tips just on the end there. You can use foams underneath, paper foams, you can do that. Or you can stick full cover tips on, which is what I'm going to do today. Simply because then I've no worries about shaping or anything. They're just done and they're quick. So I've done the same with all these. So because it's a little while, I had my lunch. So I'm just going to push them back again, just make sure they're back as far as they can be. And then once you've done that, you want to use your alcohol wipe. And then whatever sticks best for you to keep your nails on. Use a dehydrator and a primer. For me, just alcohol. My nails are very thin and dry anyway, so that's all we need to do. I'm just going to put a glove on this hand because why not? I'm only working on this one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick these full tips on just with some glue. So the ones I've got today are from iMailer. These are off Amazon. I use all these soft nail tips for my press-ons that I do. So I make them for myself, and I've got them in my shop on Etsy, which, if you want to go and have a look, they're on there. And they're already etched on the inside, and they're already frosted on the top, so you don't need to put anything on that. And when I make them for press-ons, I always strengthen them. I use a reinforcing gel of some sort before I gel polish them anyway. So they're stronger than this, because these are very, very bendy, but they'll be very strong once they're done. So I sized up and just made sure we're gone side wall to side wall. I'm going to stick this, just put a little bit of glue in there. What I should have done is held that right first. There we go. Make sure I can see what I'm doing. Then I make sure I'm straight. Slide it down. And then I'll hold that until that glue's gone. So you do this exactly the same way if you want to use gel base coat or something, but you would then, while you're holding it like this, put it under the lamp. But this is just glue, and that's what works good for me, so I'm going with it. Don't want to use any gel on my hands today. So I'm making sure I hold it long enough. I did put quite a lot of glue on there. I don't want to get any air bubbles underneath it. So that's that. So I'll get all the rest stuck on, and then we're good to go. I love the shape of these, you see. So I'm just making sure my skin's not stuck to it as well. So I'll do these and I'll pop back. So once you've stuck all your tips on, what you need to do is go around and make sure you haven't got any glue that's come out or anything. And you can always, if you get little edges on your tips anywhere, you can just go down with a diamond drill bit. If you've got spillage of glue on the outside, you can go down this way, down your nail. It's only on 7,000. So, or you can use your normal file. And then take the shiny surface off. Like I said, these are buffed, but if they didn't come with that frosty, you could just go down your nail and take the shine off. And then we're done. So if you want to shape your nail at all, do it at this point before you put any dip powder on, because A, you're not wasting dip powder if you're wanting to take the length down or anything. But I always do this at this stage. So if you've not quite put it on straight or anything like that, and you can even up that shape, that's it. And then I wipe with alcohol, which mine always makes me plastic tips go white for some reason. I've no idea why. That's it. So we're all done. Now I'm going to use this, which is number 132. It's a lovely pink. Out of this last set, it's got an almost gel look to it. This 132. That's that. And then we want number 1. So you can either put your finger in it or you can sprinkle. Need something so I'm also in the same place for you. Yeah, that'll do. So I'm going to just brush it on like I'm brushing a base coat on. If you want to build an apex, you can do by doing the middle bit first. But I don't need to. This makes them strong enough for me. Because I've not got them massively long. But if you're having them long, build an apex. So. So I'm just going to dip. Don't think the pot's big enough for this length. Just. So I'll move on to all the others. I'm going to sprinkle, I think, back in a sec. I've just sprinkled all them and I forgot to press play. Honestly. Right. This is how we sprinkle. So, same thing. Now, if you wanted to build your apex, I'd do it now. So, let's do it with this thumb. So, I'm just doing it from there. So, I'm not going all the way to the back. So, you can see where I've gone. So it's just building it a little bit thinner on the edges. So again with this one, only back from where I need it, which is about there. And yeah, so I'll do that with them all. I'm going to get back to the beginning. I'm going to brush this one off. So use a stiffer brush if you want. You can use a little nail brush if you want to keep your layers thin, but I want the strength. That's still a bit wet on the end, look. So I'm going to sprinkle a bit more. And give that a few seconds. And that next one I'm going to go further back to my cuticle. So I'm going to do it like I'm doing nail polish. got a bit of time, but not masses of time. It will start to dry on you if you take far too long. And not all brands are the same. Some dry up quicker than others. So I'm going to sprinkle. So I'll do all of those and then we'll come back. I've just had to come to voiceover, so my voice might sound a bit different on this. Just to make sure that you brush this off completely, off your fingers, underneath, everywhere. And then we're going to go in with the bottle, which is marked number 2, and this is your activator. So you'll see it spread out across the nail. Make sure you've got it around all the edges, at the back of the cuticle, side walls, everywhere. And if you're practicing with dip powder, you probably as well to use something dark, not very, very pale, because then you can see straight away that your activator's in the right place. So I'm just going to carry on with it all, and you can put extra on if you want, if you think you've missed any. That's not going to, and then just leave it for at least 2 minutes. So they're all done. So they've had the number 2 on, and these have all been filed, but this one I'm still going to do, so I'm just going to show you. I'm just going to go around the edge with a fine sanding band. So use your ordinary hand file or whatever you prefer. So I only have that on about 7. And I'm just going to go around this edge just to make sure that it's nice and smooth. If you've got any overspill, you can get that. So right into that corner. Happy with that. That's it. And then shaping. So I'm just, it was shaped before I put the powder on, but now I'm just going to do a rough shaping. So this is just a 240. Just make sure we've still got what we want. And it goes down a bit, that nail, so I'll just lift it a bit. So that's that. And then buff. I'll get right to the back with this nice soft squishy soft buffer. And then up and down. That's it. So at this point you can go and wash your hands. So let's go and get rid of any dust. Right, so you can absolutely leave those as they are and just use the number 3. Put a coat of that on. Wait for it to dry, put a second coat on, wait for that to dry. Takes, well, I'll leave it 5 minutes before I move about. I just make sure I've got a cuppa before I start. So that's that. Or you can decorate it. You can use your gel polish, normal polish. You can use a normal top coat, jelly top coat. You can paint them. You can put stickers on. You can do whatever you like. So I'm going to do a couple of things today. So I've got some little tiny bits of foil. that I've got out of there, and I've got this watercolour nail polish which you can get in all sorts of places. You get from Amazon and all over the place, and yeah, I'm going to do a bit of marbling on it, but I'm going to use a brush in that as well. But what I'm going to do is put a little bit of this gold on here first. So I'm going to use, you can use your glue, your gel cover, whatever you're using on top, but I'm sticking to my dip powder today. So I'm just going to put a coat one on there. I'm going to pick up these tiny bits, pat them in. Stick. It's drying already. That'll do. And I'm going to sprinkle with, or use a clear. I'm just going to dip. And brush that off. I'm going to activate it. That gold will be stuck in there. So I've got that on, and then I'm going to put the white marbling sort of on the top. But in the meanwhile, the easy peasy thing I'm doing with some of the nails is I'm going to use some stickers. So I'm just going to do this on my thumb, I think. Come on. I'm going to have this on my thumb. Pretty, aren't they? I'll do a number 3 all over that. That's it. Let that dry. And that one will be done. Meanwhile, I can do this one, which is going to be the watercolour. And I'm using a long brush instead of a brush that comes in it. So I'm just going to dip that in. And then we can do number 3 top coat on this one. That's it. So I'm going to do all the other nails to match and I'll come back and show you when I've done. So here they are. These are all done. Just waiting for these to dry now and then I can cuticle oil. So I've done the sort of marbling and 3D flower stickers. Don't know why they call them 3D. They're not really, are they? They're more embossed. But there we go. That's my fun little set. I've just got this lot to do. Thank you very much for watching. If you know anybody that wants to get into dip nails and not sure what to do, please share my video with them. And if you click the like and subscribe, I will see you again soon. That would be absolutely awesome. There's loads more to come. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye.